political will on the part of the United Nations. We are talking about Tanzania. The issue exists here in Nigeria. Last year, on the 19th of April, we had a similar incident in Nigeria, in Delta State in particular. And I have, with my team, been making efforts to let the government know that the problem we have, if it's not tackled, will become a genocide.
Now, based on the organization you had and for the fact that you can obviously empathize with albinos, could you tell us some of the societal hardships that people who are born under the special circumstances have to endure?
Well, it stems from social discrimination to lack of education. Not because we're not intelligent, but because we lack the privilege of equal opportunities, you know. And we're talking about people that are very, very, very poor, not as a result of their own making, but because they have not been given equal opportunities, you know, either in education or to thrive economically. You know, and so the greatest pain that we go through is that of societal discrimination, which is very, very, very in the open space. You know, so discrimination that is based out of myths, cultural stereotypes, and you know, even societal and family discrimination. Some albinos are discriminated against by their own very mother, by their own very father, by their own siblings, you know. So if government does not step up and scale up their political will to make a decision of what they can do to help these grossly underserved individuals, then we will continue to have and see what we are seeing in Tanzania. It's not only in Tanzania, it's happening here in Nigeria.
Now, I'd just like to round this up by asking you what you hope to see happen in the future as regards how albinos are treated, particularly in the African society.
Well, we are created by the very God who created everybody. And he has a purpose for us. And we feel, I speak as the head of the foundation, the Albino Foundation in Nigeria, that a level playing ground should be provided for us to thrive just like every other person. I am not advocating for special privileges. I'm saying give us the same equal opportunity that is available for everybody so that we can also prove ourselves. An albino is given an opportunity to attend an interview. He scales through the interview. He is the best. And then at the point where he or she will be employed, he's told, well, you can't get the job because you are an albino. That is evil. And it goes on not only in Tanzania, it goes on in Nigeria. And the earlier we take appropriate measure and a proactive measure, the better for these group of individuals created by God who ought to live out their potential, and they are denied the opportunity to live out their potential. It is the greatest inhuman treatment given by our fellow human beings.
Well said. Thank you so much for speaking with us on Network Africa, Jacob Pella. We really appreciate your time. He is the CEO of the Albino Foundation right here in Nigeria. Now, after that depressing story, let's take a look at more upbeat and creative ones. It's no longer news that housing in Nigeria is anything but cheap. Based on that, a local construction company right here in Nigeria is thinking outside of the box, and they've come up with an idea. They're using old shipping containers to create new and cheaper spaces.
Although steel rods, wood and roofing sheets are used, there are almost no traditional building materials like bricks and concrete. Construction of an average two-bedroom house will cost about 2 million naira and could be completed in 6 to 7 days. Dele Ladipo, who is a part of the initiative, believes faster construction and delivery times are one of the draws for customers.
Solution compared to traditional concrete is about 25 to 30% cheaper than if you build the same structure using concrete. So like for like, this is assuming you use the same internal finishing materials, same sort of tiles, same sort of electrical, sanitary wares, and the like. The key thing is that it's actually a lot quicker to implement as well. The same structure will take us several weeks compared to several months if you built with concrete.
To make the homes more comfortable in the city's high tropical temperatures, insulators are used to pad the panels of the container walls.
We found that the African mentality is changing a little bit. The cost of housing, the cost of land is so much now that everyone is looking for an alternate option. So we feel that the demand, on the demand side, the supply is so restricted that there is an avenue for alternate technologies to play in, and we feel we haven't even scratched the surface at all.
Africa's largest economy is battling a range of housing issues, from inadequate mortgage facilities to expensive bank loans and landlords who demand up to 2 years' rent from tenants. In Lagos, for instance, housing experts say the commercial city needs over 15 million units to adequately house its teeming population, expected to hit the 25 million mark in 2025. Two-thirds of Lagosians live in what are effectively slums with no reliable electricity or water. But not everyone has embraced the new container housing. Stanley Chukuma, a contractor, appreciates the innovation but questions the new building's longevity.
If you want to be wise, you go for concrete house. If you want to be wise, the concrete house, I can tell you that some generations cannot meet caravan. Go to Dumota today, you see old houses of about 200 years, they are there. Generations to come may not meet your own caravan, your children may not meet it.
On the streets of Lagos, shipping containers are often used by small-scale traders for shops and salons. Trader Kudiratu Mudashiru has been selling snacks and drinks in her container shop for over 3 years. She says she would be happy to live in a house built with containers.
This container belongs to me. It would have been more expensive if I had rented it. This property belongs to my mother. But if this container is converted to a house, I would rent and live in it.
I cannot stay inside the iron house because it will look like somehow to me, because if my visitor or if my family see me inside that kind of house, it's like it will be like that I'm not okay at all.
Nigeria is often touted as an example of the Africa Rising narrative, with its growing middle class who can afford to buy or rent houses and apartments. But more needs to be done to find more viable and innovative housing solutions to cater for all its people.
Well, that's it on Network Africa. Many thanks for watching. I'm Cynthia Ray.